G'day guys, Tony Angus here with another tip for managing conflict and aggression. Apparently I'm in conflict with a couple of birds here. No, I don't want you babies. I'll be moving on. So I've come out to an area near home called Plenty Gorge. Plenty being the name of the area. And just because it's another magnificent day here, so thought I'd come out and share with you an idea. And the idea is around television and conflict. And so it's going to be a strange sort of diversion from the normal ideas, but I encourage you to understand the negative role, the damaging role that television has to play in your communication. And here's why. Television shows like movies and books are built on the notion of drama, the notion of conflict. So even comedies are built around conflict. Now, if you've got an ongoing series, drama series, then you want the conflict in some way to continue. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of conflict that we find in war movies or war programs. I'm talking about human interaction and the conflict that occurs in human interaction. And so there are, you all know plenty, you'll probably know more dramas, television dramas than I do. But because those shows are written around the notion of conflict and written in order to maintain conflict, they don't include good conflict communication in them. It's pretty rare that you'll find someone using good communication skills as part of their communication with someone with whom they're having a dialogue. Now there's a problem because research shows that an extraordinary amount of information is retained visually. And so kids particularly will sit in front of a television and absorb that. And so let's talk about children just for a moment. Up until their teen years, children are really unable to distinguish real from unreal, right, not necessarily right from wrong, but an appropriate way of dealing with things and from an inappropriate way. And so if we take them back to their formative years, if you go to let's say a child goes to a shopping centre with his dad, and the dad feels as though he's not being served quick enough. So he bangs his fist on the counter and someone runs to his assistance to provide him service, give him attention. That child is not yet able to process the appropriateness of that action. He's not able to say, that's not a good thing, he shouldn't have done that. All he sees is that it's real. And that it's true, particularly from a parent. So pretty much everything that the parent says is true. So there's a problem there, because that child then is likely to regurgitate that behaviour. It works exactly the same with television. That if a child watches an extreme amount of television, especially when there's television involving a lot of conflict, then you're going to see that child regurgitate some of that behaviour. And so television fills their head with behaviours that are not necessarily true, but that they think are true. Now, sadly, that works the same way for grown-ups. And we are in the middle of a period of television where they include in their programming an extraordinary number of shows that are all about conflict. You've only got to have a look at Real Housewives, any of the Real Housewives from any area. And there's one here in Melbourne, sadly. Now, the more you absorb of that, the more likely it is that you're going to regurgitate that. It's simple as that. That's the way it works. Okay guys, beautiful day.
Yeah, stunning.
So what's the solution here? Well, firstly, again, a bit of self-awareness. You want to be aware that you're watching a lot of these shows. Be aware of the shows themselves. Be aware that these shows, and you'll be able to see, once you know this stuff, you'll be able to see how the shows are written, that they're going to want more conflict in there. Then be aware of your own inclination to be sucked into those things, and then try not to be sucked into those things. And also be aware if you are regurgitating that behaviour. If you're using phrases that you found on a TV show, then you know what, as I like to say, pull your head in. Get a new script writer. Righto guys, be careful about television, that's all. If you've liked this tidbit, you've enjoyed it, hit like, hit share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, be part of the community. There are a bunch of us out there trying to make things better, and we'd love to have you on board. Righto, from a glorious afternoon in sunny Melbourne, take it easy guys, ciao for now.